Click on this icon. There is an option to download on the right top. Yeah, the option is here to download on the this one. Yeah, just download it. Once you download, you will get a zip file. Yeah, download everything. Yeah, see, you may see some zip file getting downloaded. Okay, unzip it. Unzip that file. Do one thing. Create a new folder. Create a new folder on desktop or somewhere. Okay, this is the file name that you got is Python project chatbot something. Okay, so okay, see, I'm creating one small folder here, a new folder. Name this folder as chatbot master code. I mean the code that is completely built. So name that file as chatbot master and copy this zip file that you downloaded, or cut it and paste it over there. See, I created one folder chatbot master and I copied the zip file over there. Put any name, whatever the name that you want to name it. Just put it in a separate folder. That's it. I'm repeating the procedure. Listen carefully. Ma'am, I sent you one link. Click on that link. I send the link again, guys. Once you click on the link, you will see something like this on the screen. And then click on this icon to download the complete project file. Okay, just click on it, it will download. Okay. Once you download that, make sure you put that folder, I mean the zip file that you downloaded, create a new folder and copy it over there. Create a new folder. The folder name that I created is called chatbot master. You can give your own name and just make sure, see, this is how it looks like. Inside this folder, this is the zip file. Okay, once you have the zip file, yeah, please extract it. Right click on it and extract it. And now once you extract it, you can delete the zip file. That's not no more needed. Okay, All right. So now listen carefully, everyone. Yeah, pay attention here. So I will explain you the project structure and later we will create this. Okay. You see, there are first file that you need to pay attention to is there is something called intents. So this is your data and the format of this data is JSON. If you right click and check the file type of it, it is a JSON file. Okay. JSON is also a file format. JSON is not just a data structure, it is also a file format. Okay. I will show you what exactly is there in it. File types are unknown in your PC. That's fine. That's fine. Not an issue. It is unknown because you don't have VS Code and all. Mostly, we can open it with Spider. Nothing to worry. We can open it separately. Ma'am, could you share your screen, Janvi, ma'am? I just want to have a look whether it is because of the code installation or something. Let me give you the access. Yeah, you can share it now. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Not an issue. We can open it. Yeah. So uh, first, let us look at. Yeah, that's right. You need to have. Actually, the reason why you are seeing this in my system with a format is because I have VS Code as a default code editing tool. That's why you're able to see the icon. Else you won't be. So first, let us look at. Now come to Spider. The Spider. Let us first look at how this JSON is looking like. How the data is looking like. Go to File. Click on Open. Follow the steps on my screen. Go to File on Spider. Click on Open and select that intents.json file from the folder that you wherever you saved it. I'm going to desktop and chatbot chatbot master. Yeah, and I need to select intents. Okay, click on intents and open. So if you observe, this is the huge data set of conversations and the format of data is basically in JSON. Open it first. This is a very very small data set actually. If you want to have bigger data sets, you can still use it. You can still download it from Kaggle or somewhere. Yeah, once they're extracted and kept in a folder, you need to open Spider, go to File, and click on Open. Once you click on Open, go to that folder and select Intents and open it. No, it's not like the first word should be the file name. Doesn't mean that. You can use any name. It's a variable after all. So click on intents and click on open. Those are the next steps. So let us try to understand this data set now. Basically, in real time, I mean in real world, in bigger applications, you see the data sets in this format most of the times. Okay. So now intents is equal to, if you observe, the format of intents is an array. Can you detect this? See. Okay, it's okay if you're not able to look at it, but still you can see it on my screen. You can later open the intents. Um, this is an array, if you observe. It is enclosed in square brackets. After that, again, you have data in curly braces, right? So this is how that data structure looks like. If you see, there are multiple data types here. This is a string. Patterns is a list or array. List of strings. A statement is also a string, right? And this square bracket indicates that this is an array. This curly brace indicates that this is an object. Those are data types in the programming language. Okay. Square brackets indicate that it is an array, and the curly braces indicate that it is an object. And you need to call intents as an array of objects. That is the data type of intents. But what is intent here? The reason why it is named as intents is, see, if you look at this data, now how they found this information is, tag represents the type of conversation customer wants to have. Patterns, whatever you see in the patterns, thanks, thank you, that's helpful, awesome, thanks, and all, these are possible responses that a customer could give to a chatbot. You means chatbot. Responses means these could be your responses. That is how you form the data set. Okay. If at all a customer says thank you, you could respond with anytime, my pleasure, or happy to help. And the tag to it. Tag means the conversation type. Okay. The conversation type. Here, no answer. Sorry, can't understand you. Please forgive me. No. If the customer says nothing, and this is bye, this is greeting, and all, you segregate the conversations into multiple types. More number of statements you have, or more number of data you have, more intents you can form, more understandable you can make your chatbot. Okay. So that is how your data structure is. This is how the data is given to you. Most of the times, the data is made like this, and they will give you data which is organized. Else, if that is not the case, you need to make this data on your own, this data set on your own. Okay. So now our task is to understand, to see. Now, can you guys tell me in the last program? You can respond on the chat. You can in the last program we used CSV as a data set, correct? And I told you that there is data and there is labels. Labels is nothing but the class, iris, setosa, virginica, and versicolor. The dimensions of sepals and petals is divided separately. Here in this case, what are the classes? Tell me what are the classes and what is the data that I want to understand. I mean, that you want your chatbot to understand. What to understand and what are the classes? Data and classes. What is data? What are classes? Tags and patterns. Yeah, very good. Tags are the, no, responses are actually the responses. Labels are the tags. Classes are, sorry, labels are the tags or classes. Anyway, any word you can use. And the data here is patterns. Okay. So patterns is the data that I have, and I need to make my machine understand these patterns. And what is the format of the patterns here? What is the data type of patterns here? The data type of patterns? Anyone? No, it's not a string. The data type of patterns is an array. See, it is in a square bracket. It is in a square bracket. Yeah. It is an array of strings, or yeah, list of strings. Cool. Right? And tag. So now what I need to do is I need to take this JSON, take into my Python program, collect these patterns, make these patterns understandable to my machine learning model, let it understand everything, and then I will send responses to it or messages to it so that it could respond me back. That is the procedure that we are going to do. Okay. So now let us now get started. So I'm going to write the code here. You can write this code with me. Anyway, I gave you the code, but for your practice, write the code here. So for an NLP program, we are going to get all the required modules here. That is, anyway, we should be doing it. So the module that you want to download here is NLTK. NLTK is Natural Language Toolkit. Okay, that is what we are going to use here. And this is official documentation of NLTK, and give me nltk.org. That is the name of it. Can use it for reference. So now import NLTK. Okay. All right. Next, have you ever heard about something called lemmatization or lemma, Lemma in English? I'm not talking about the mathematics lemma, but in English. So lemmatization is like, finding the root words, of a particular word. I'll show you an example. So this is one of the process in NLP, one of the important process. There are two things actually. One is lemmatization, and also there is something called tokenization. Okay. I'm giving you one documentation from stanford.edu. So this is how stemming and lemmatization basically works in English. Okay. So finding the base word for words which give you the same meaning. Base word. For example, if you see car, cars, with an apostrophe and all this, the root word is basically car. The reason why we need to use this is because in AI, if at all you are using a chatbot, it is not necessary that you should understand the grammar of what a person is, talking. And moreover, this is the hell lot of information here, isn't it? You need to understand all this information. There could be words which are repeated. Let's say understand a data set which happens in real, it may consist of some thousands and thousands of statements. Okay. So in those cases, using words which are having the same meaning are redundant, and it occupies a lot of memory. So using multiple words to feed or train your data set is not needed. So we need to cut down this information into the base roots. Okay. So that is about lemmatization. I'll show you the process of how it works basically. So to perform lemmatization, you need to import a library from NLTK. This is a part of NLTK. Just like the way you imported read CSV from pandas, you need to get NLTK from stemming. There is a module called stemming. NLTK.stem import wordnet lemmatizer. Please write the code. And after that, we need to take one function. I'm basically writing a small variable here called Lemmatizer, and it is equal to wordnet Lemmatizer. And after that, we need to import JSON because our data set is in JSON and we are going to do some JSON operations. And we import something called pickle. Pickle is one module that we are going to use. I'll talk about pickle later. And in addition to that, we are going to use import numpy as np. Numpy, ever heard about it? Numpy is one module which is used to NumPy is a module which is basically used to work on arrays of Python. That is a separate module. So we are going to use that as well. And in addition to that, yeah, these are enough. We'll look at, there are a few more modules. We'll look at them later. Okay. Explain the difference between stemming and lemmatization. Yeah. So the purpose of stemming and lemmatization is the same, or the outcome of both are the same. Okay, both will generate the root form of the words, but the difference comes when the stem, the outcome of stemming, it may not be the actual word, I mean actual root, but lemma, the outcome of lemmatization will be the actual root word with, and also it will be in a same language. That is the difference. Okay. And also the algorithms that these two uses are totally different. And there is one other procedure called stemming. Okay. If you want to execute few programs using this, I'm sending you one reference to you. Just try to use it. There is a few code over there, so you can try to make use of it. So now I'm going to use words. I'm just declaring few arrays here. Words, documents, empty array. I will be using these later. And I also want to have ignore words. I want to ignore this punctuation. So what all punctuation marks that you have, you can ignore them because that doesn't make any sense. We don't need them basically. So we just need words, that's it. And now the data file that you want to import here is, don't execute this code yet. We need to modify a few things. This data file, what is the data file here? The JSON file. Okay. The JSON file itself is where your data is present. So data file is equal to, there is a function called open, and we would say intents.json, that is a file name, and you use a function dot read, means you read the data and assign that JSON information to this term called data underscore file. And now don't execute it yet. We need to do some modification here. So do one thing. Chatbot master is your actual code. I mean, these are all this complete code is already built. So do one thing, on your desktop, create a new folder and name it as chatbot practice, means the one that we are making. Create a new folder there, chatbot practice, and now copy this intents.json to chatbot practice. Just copy intents.json and put it in the new folder that you created, chatbot practice. And then, yeah, I'll give you the code. Yeah, just give me a sec. So now save this Python file, the code that you are currently writing, in that chatbot practice folder. In chatbot practice, save this file. You can give any name to it. I'm giving chat underscore training dot py. Chat training dot py. Save this code in chatbot practice. So you just you're just making sure that intents, the JSON file for intents and the Python Python program are in the same folder. That's it. So after this, observe something here. Data underscore file, this variable, once you import it, the data type of this variable will be JSON, but you need to convert your JSON into dictionary. So I'm writing data dict dictionary is equal to JSON dot loads data underscore file. And if you print data underscore dictionary, then it would be, well, let's wait for a while, it will print the values. Okay, what is it saying? Cannot import name wordnet lemmatizer. Okay, I think it is capital letter. Yeah, it's capital W. So this is the data that I imported. On the right, you can see the data that got imported. I'm sending this code on the chat box. Please get the code, do the procedure and look at the data. Just make sure the data is getting displayed. Oh, okay. The code is on the chat box for Telegrammers and also for the teachers. All right. Execute this. Take a 10-minute break and at come back after 10 minutes. Just make sure you're able to import everything and see the information. So this is your JSON format. Actually, this is a converted JSON format. Sorry, this is a converted dictionary format, not JSON. So from JSON, you're converting it into a dictionary. Okay. See you after 10 minutes. Just check it. Discuss among yourselves if you're facing any errors and post your errors. I'll address them as well. I see there are a few errors over here. Yeah. I think you guys are facing one common error, that is, see, the Python file, wherever you saved, should be in a folder where the intents are present. Both should be in one folder. WordNet, ma'am, Suchita ma'am, it is a capital W, capital N, and capital L. Python is case sensitive. Yeah, I think that is the error that you guys are facing mostly. Yeah, great. So moving on, now I have the dictionary. I can do whatever I want because data underscore dictionary is the variable, or it is the data type which basically is supported on Python. And now we are going to, if you observe this data, the one that is getting printed here, I know it is kind of a little clumsy to look at it, but we are going to extract these patterns out. We will extract these patterns, we'll pull it out, and we are going to take each and every word and lemmatize it. And we need to do it. The reason why we are going to use loops here is because you need to repeat the same procedure for multiple times. Okay, go back to the previous explanation that I did for looping inside an array. So now I'll remove this print statement. This is not needed. Now take this for pattern, or you can say for intent, or let's say like for x in intents square bracket data dictionary of intents. See, this could be a little confusing for you. See, what I'm trying to do is this dictionary's name is now intents. Okay, and I'm pulling out intents. What is intents again? Intents is an array. Okay, so for every element x inside intents array means what? For every element means this is one element inside it. This whole is considered as one element, and if you observe, they are separated by commas here. Okay, keep open your intents.json in another tab so that it would be, you can actually find the difference. For every element x inside this element, inside this intents, loop inside these. Okay, and then I would write a double loop here and say for each and every object inside it, that is nothing but pattern inside X of patterns. Am I audible, guys? I think I'm audible, right? Yeah. So for every object, and each and every object is having a pattern. So basically I'm trying to pull this array out, and for every pattern inside these patterns, now if you see, if I print pattern here, see what it prints. It pulls out each and every statement overall. Hi there to the last statement looking up for hospital details. Hi there to this one looking up for hospital detail. It's somewhere here. I'm pulling out each and every statement here. Okay. That's why I had to write a double loop. And every pattern and every statement should be broken into words. That is where your tokenization comes in. What tokenization does is it breaks the statements and it forms into words. So I would take a word, W is for word, is equal to NLTK dot word underscore tokenize. This is a function of NLTK. Sorry, it is tokenize. Tokenize each and every pattern. And then if you print W here, it would say, it would bring out all the words here. If you see, it is tokenizing everything. It is breaking the statements. See, now it is a small string. It is breaking that statement into an array of words. Okay. Into different arrays, actually. Basically, you got different arrays here. Each and every array consists of question marks, words, and all. The words are broken now. But I want, if at all I want all these words in a single array, there is a function called extend. That there is a default function in Python. Let me give you the documentation for it. Extend list extend. So what it does, the extend method adds all the elements of an iterable list, or it could be a tuple or a string, to the end of a list. You can find this example. See, for example, there are two different arrays here. If you apply extend on, if you write first array dot extend second array, then it would basically concatenate both. It will attach both. Sorry, it will append both. Not concatenate is not right word. It will attach both. Okay. Now I want to attach each and every array here. Split is not needed. Split is not needed because your split operation is basically done by tokenization itself. Yeah. Now, if you write W dot, now I'm going to put all these in a single array here. So see, now what I'm trying to do is we wrote one, we declared one array here. See, line number 8, words. So I would say words dot extend of W. And if you print words now, or you can actually print it out. See, I made an array of all these words now. Okay, I made an array here. Apply this. Let me know if you're facing any errors. Let me send the code. Append will just add a single string at the end of an array. Extend will append two different arrays and form a single array. Append is only for adding an element at the end of an array. That is the difference. I think there you guys are facing few syntax errors, few typo errors could be. Just use the same code that I sent you just now. Or let me do one thing. I will put it on the code share. It would be easy for you. Yeah. You may face some indent issues. Let me give you that. I'm sending you one link. Have a look at it. For students, it is on the Telegram group. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to talk about something called indent. Few of you are facing it. Just I'll tell you why you are facing that error. See, in Python, there is a reason why I'm maintaining some gap here. That is nothing but indent. Okay. Guys, I shared one link. The code is there on the link. Please get it. Okay. If I'm copying the code here, then you're missing the indent. That's why you may get some error. That is the reason I'm not giving it here. So just maintain this gap. Okay. So what does this mean is, if you maintained some indent here, it means the second for loop is inside the first one, and these two lines are inside the second for loop. It is nested. So these two lines of code are inside the second loop, and this entire second loop is inside the first loop. Okay, you need to maintain indent that way. Janvi ma'am, what is the error? Could you share your screen once? Yeah, expand it a little. Acha. Guys, you may face this error. The one that, ma'am, just copy those. There is one. Copy the second line in red. Second line in red. Yeah, that one. Basically, you need to download Punkit. There is one dependency called Punkit. I already downloaded it. That's why I'm not getting an error. Copy that line. Yeah, put it on line number 7. Yeah. Ma'am, could you drop that line on the chat box, please? Everyone, look at the screen. We have to add one line there. NLTK dot download Punkit. Okay. Put it in line number 7 or after that import statements and run your code once. It will work. Yeah. Okay. I'm giving you the revised code, everyone. Please have a look at it. It will work now. You will be able to see a single array of words, all the words that are in the data set. I send the link of the code. Okay. So this is how you basically tokenize the words and then form the lemma. Now we need to lemmatize this information, lemmatize all these words now. So I'm going to add few more lines over here. Guys, the code is already with you. I already gave you the code. I mean, the document that you downloaded, the Word file that you downloaded, it is already there. So no need to worry. Now I will show you, I will just explain the code and then I will show you the execution and also will show you how to make your chatbot up and running. Listen carefully. We are going to explain. We are going to look at a lot of things right now. So I'm going to the chatbot master, the file that we downloaded. Open chatbot master. See, analytic not defined. Krishnendu sir, I'll come to you. I'll just give me a while. I'll come to you. So this is data. I'm explaining you the folder structure. Open the folders that we downloaded. Okay, and this is training program. Means using this, you're going to train the chatbot. And this chat GUI basically stands for graphic user interface. Okay, graphic user interface means all the interfaces that you see on your computer screens are called graphic user interfaces. Why do we need an interface here? Because you need to type the text and you need to see the response, right? So you use graphic user interface. That is also developed in Python. You can also develop it using HTML. HTML is mostly preferred, but in this program, I gave you the code which is developed in Python itself. And this is the model of the machine learning, MODEL model. Okay. And classes, if you observe, these are labels, and this is data or words, you can say. This is the actual data, the refined form of data, actually. Okay. So that is a folder structure. All right. Now let me explain you the code. There is some more code in train chatbot. So let me show you that. Okay, first do this labeling. I'll just put it on the screen. Take a screenshot or something. So now open, now go to Spider, let us open the code. Go to file, click on open. Now open this, now go to chatbot master. Chatbot master, and open, you will see train underscore chatbot. There is a file here, see. Yeah. And click on open. So listen carefully. So once these words are generated over here, once these words are generated, you're going to append tags to each and every word set. Means you're mapping the words to the type of conversation it is. Let's say, hi, hello there, good morning, all belong to. You already have the tag mentioned in your JSON. So you append the tag, and then you perform the process of lemmatization here. And then finally, you get two different types of files. One is words file, and the other one is classes file. So these two files that you have in the folder words and classes are basically generated by the code. Okay, once you run this code, they will be generated. Don't run the code yet. I'll show you. There is one step that you need to do. After that, you can run this code. And after that, once the lemmatization and everything is done, you form train X and train Y, just like the way we did for Iris example, train X and train Y. And the model that we are using here is a sequential model, which is a deep learning model. This is all default configuration of a sequential model. Declare it, and then see, finally you're doing a fitting over here by taking train X and train Y, and you're saving the model called chatbot underscore model.h file. This is already done in the folder that I shared with you. This procedure is already done, so you don't need to worry about it. And finally, it would print model is created. Data, pre-processing, learning or training. The outcome of the training is nothing but the model. So the outcome of this file, once you run it, let me run it once and show you how this basically looks like. See, once I run it, what happens is it will perform training, and this is how your training looks like. I'm showing you in practical. It may take some time to perform the training. See, uh, yeah, training data got created. Observe the steps on the right. And see, this is how the training will happen. It will take a lot of time to, train the systems. That is the reason why the AI machines basically need high processing power. See, my data is very less. I don't think the file that we are using, the JSON file that we are using, I don't think it will be more than 500 KB, even less. But in real time, your files will be in terabytes or gigabytes. The training data. This is just a text information. What about images? What about videos and all that? So this is how the training will happen. Once this progresses, once this entire training is done, then this chatbot underscore model will be generated. Means that model will be able to understand if this is the combination of the words that this person is using. Let's say I'm a customer now. I'm a chat. Yeah, it is. It is only 4 KB. See how much time it is taking currently. I think it will take more than 5 minutes. 4 KB, 5 minutes, and you calculate. And my processor is having 2.5 gigahertz of clock speed and 8 GB of RAM. So you need high-end processors for this basically. So that is why we use GPUs in case of machine learning programs. So the training is currently happening. Your kid is actually learning how to talk. Your small kid is actually learning how to talk. Once he learns, it will. Yeah, Akshay, don't run it. You will, if you run it, you will get this error that Keras is not found, because you need to install Keras. Keras should be installed. As I told you, with Anaconda, you get default packages. Okay, few default packages, but Keras won't be there in there. I will show you how to install Keras. Just give me a sec. I'll explain this once I show you how to download Keras, then it would work. You can resolve that issue. So once the training is done, it will create that training file that is nothing but chat underscore model.h5. Now, what do you need to do? You need to take this kid, let him sit in the examination. You need to ask him to come to the examination hall. You make him sit over there, then you pose questions. Here in this case, those questions are nothing but conversations. You say hi and you test how he is responding to you. To do that, let us go to the examination hall. That hall is nothing but your chat GUI. Okay. So let me show you what happens in chat GUI. Open this file, go to chat GUI and open it. This is the code for chat GUI. We are doing few imports here. Let me explain this in a reverse engineered fashion. The message that you send is dealt in this function. This is a user defined function. So whatever the message that you send will be captured by this particular function, and that message will be sent. And finally, you actually this code, the code which is in the bottom, this complete code, you can see fonts that are used, height adjustments and all. This comes under your Python GUI. You know, I basically gave you the code where you can run your chat GUI over here. Your user interface will be open basically. So once you click on send, what happens is there are few steps that are going to happen here. Number one, chatbot response is a function which will give you the response. And inside that, you're calling a function called get response. Okay. MSG is a message that customer is typing. Customer sends a message. That message comes here, and you take that message and the model and give it to a function called predict class. And this is the place where your prediction happens. So, how do you predict? Based on the sentences that you got. What is the pattern? Let's say, for example, the message that I'm having is, uh, let's say, like, goodbye. That is a message he got. MSG will be goodbye. And the next task that you do is you predict the class of goodbye. That prediction will be done by your model. That's why you see something here, line number 42, which says model.predict the intent of this guy. That prediction could be wrong as well sometimes. See, sometimes when you talk to a chatbot, sometimes it just sends some default responses, right? It won't respond to you properly. Even it happens with your Google Assistant and Siri also. It because the reason is in the data set that is trained to them, the message that you gave is not available. It is not handled at all. Okay. See, at the end of the day, it is just a machine. Though it is having some intelligence, it got some boundaries to it. And those boundaries are nothing but the syllabus that you gave them. That is that nothing but the JSON file that you gave them. If you are not handling that word in that data set, it won't be able to respond to you. Okay. So that is where it predicts the intent of the guy. Once that is predicted, it will form a response. And let's say, for example, let's say it predicts that it is a goodbye. It responds with any of this message. I can basically send any message here. See you, have a nice day, bye, come back soon. It's up to me. That is what you do in your chat GUI. So your chat GUI basically, uh, see, it is loading the classes, loading the words, loading the intents, and also loading the model. It loads everything whenever it is initialized, and then it will predict the class of the message that the user is sending. Based on that, you're going to give the responses. Okay. So as you're facing one error where Keras is not found, Keras is one deep learning module that you need to install. If you remember in the last class, I told you something about Anaconda terminal. Remember? You installed it. That was the first step that we did. So to install a new library that is not existing in Anaconda, Keras is not existing. That's why few of you are facing an issue called Keras is not found. So to find a particular library that is not available in Anaconda, to find the command for it, just Google the sentence in this manner. Write the module name that you are not able to find and Conda. Okay, that's it. Then the first result that you get from anaconda.org will consist of which command you need to use to install Keras. This is the command. Just search for Keras, CONDA, or you can also say install. That's fine. It will be more, even then you will get the same result mostly. So this is the command that you need to copy and then go to start, copy that command, go to start and write anaconda terminal. Oh, sorry, it is Anaconda. What is it? Anaconda prompt. Open Anaconda prompt. And it will open a black screen like this. Just give it some time. Actually, installation takes a lot of time. Keras is pretty huge. You need to have some patience here. So this. Okay. Now you will see something like this. Thanks for sharing the command. Yeah, that is the command that you need to copy. See, this terminal, whenever you open Anaconda prompt here, you see something called base. Base means base terminal. Sorry, base environment. Now you need to paste that command here and hit enter. Keras installation will take a lot of time. Don't close this window. It may take, I mean, worst case scenario, it may take 1 hour. So just let the process happen. It will say that solving whatever the commands you are getting, just ignore them. It will install on its own. If it is stuck and not responding, try to close this and run the command once again. Okay. So it will install. On my system, it is already installed, so it works. Now, once that is installed, remember these steps. You need to get this command, go to Anaconda prompt, install Keras. Once that is done, once the installation is done, come to your Spider and open chatgui.py. You need to open this. Note down the steps if you want. Anyway, you'll be having the recording, but still. Okay. Open this and you don't need to modify anything in the code. Just click on run. Just run it. You need to run chat underscore gui.py. Not training. Training you don't need to run. It is already trained. Okay, I just showed you the demo. That's it. So once you run chat GUI, wait a second. The training is happening actually. That's why it's actually restricting my execution. Let me quit this and open once. Janvi ma'am, the command is already on the top. So you just need to type this command, the one that I sent. Okay. Now I think my spider is back. It's now working. Thankfully, it didn't. Spider actually hangs a lot, so that is one issue with it. Now, see. Now I'm clicking on. Once the installation is done, once that is over, I'm clicking on run. Now it runs. See, whenever I run, what happens is it will import the model chatbot model intents and everything, and this will start executing the chatbot file, and it will open an interface which looks like this. I know the interface is bad, but this is pretty basic interface. So if you just say hello to it and click on send, enter don't work, click on send, it responds here. I just say right hospital, please provide hospital name or location, and I say goodbye, says have a nice day. A pretty basic chatbot, and the responses are pretty instant. If you see, the response is pretty instant. It's not, it won't go back and check, okay, which response, there is no delay over there because I already trained it. Okay, and if I say something out of the box which is not existing, let's say COVID-19, it doesn't respond. It don't have any information. It will just pick any random random response and it will respond to me. But if you add COVID-19 in any pattern, then it will respond back according to you. So if you keep on increasing, if you keep on improvising the data set, your chatbot becomes more and more intelligent. Okay, so the code is with you. You just need to open chatbot underscore GUI.py and click on run, and this window will be opened. Before running this, you just need to make sure you installed Keras, else you will get an error saying that Keras module is not found. Okay. How do we add more data and improve the chatbot? So that is what your chat applications basically do. They collect your chat, store it in the database, and they add more and more number of statements to intents.json. So if you add more amount of data here, more amount of patterns are basically addressed, then you can improve the responses in the chatbot, like improve the precision in the responses. And also you need to add more number of objects here. If you want to convert this chatbot to a something like, for an e-commerce website, you take the responses, uh, let's say, for example, I'm just modifying this for your understanding. Tag is refund. Okay, e-commerce refunds are mostly handled, so the tag is refund. If at all the pattern says that refund needed, or you can say I want refund bad product, I'll add all these combinations. You may ask, do we add manually to a data set? Sometimes yes, but how to make it even more efficient? To make it more efficient, you need to pull the conversations. Basically, in bigger organizations, what happen is they take all the conversations that happened with an actual customer care executive. They say that your conversations would be recorded or something. They actually have the data with them. Each and every conversation that you do is stored in a database. They take all those conversations and refine those words and try to understand, because the way that I use English in my chat is different from a person who is sitting in United States. The grammar is different, their words are different, and why. So to make it even you can use different languages also. It could be a different language. So you add all those combinations as the information in the data set. So you need to have a more sophisticated data set for it. So you would have understood by now how important data is. Only if the data is huge and it covers more number of combinations, only then your chatbot becomes even more precise and accurate. That's why there is a hunt for data now. Now this is the data age. So data is the most costliest thing currently. So yeah. Ma'am, is it package Keras? That's what I told, right? Like you need to run Keras command on Anaconda prompt. Then the error will be uh, disappeared. You need to install Keras. Okay, share your screen once. Okay, minimize this and run it once. No module Keras. Okay. Close Spider and try to reopen it once. Close Spider. Close the terminal. Actually, it should get refreshed. So you just installed, right? Those who installed everything, just try to once close the spider and then reopen it and try to run chat underscore GUI. Yeah, run this. Okay, open Anaconda once. Anaconda Navigator. You can actually check whether Keras is installed or not. I'll show you how. Yeah, you need to have internet to install it. It will download from internet. Click on environments. Guys, I'm showing you whether Keras is installed or not. How to check it. So here, uh, there is an option for search packages on the top left. Sorry, top right. Type Keras. It is not Keras. Okay, it is not available. Means open the terminal once. Anaconda prompt once. Okay, package not found error. I think it is showing some error here. Open. Just wait a sec. Wait a sec. Run the command again. Someone was asking how to run it. I'm telling you the steps again. Open Anaconda prompt from the start. Just type Anaconda prompt. You will see this black colored window that you are seeing on the screen. And then you need to write the command. The command is already in the chat box. It is already available there. I sent it again. Copy that command. Paste it here. Vritika, you can do that, but you need to make sure all the packages that you're using, Keras, NLTK, everything should be installed in that editor. That is a very hectic task. That's why I'm recommending Anaconda. You need to install each and every package separately. Else it will show NumPy not found, NLTK not found, or Keras not found errors. But with when you run with Anaconda, then it will just say that you just need to install only one thing, that is Keras. You can do that. You can edit with any Python editing software, not an issue. Yeah. Go to Google and just type Conda space Keras or Keras space CONDA. Okay, I'm sending you the link. Wait. Just type Conda installs Keras and you will get a link like this. The link is on the chat box. Ma'am, close Anaconda and reopen it again. Just try to restart it once. I think it is it installed correctly, but it is not able to pick the packages. Just try to do that once. Okay. So all the steps are given, guys, and I just informed my team to share the recordings by tomorrow or day after. So they'll share it on the Telegram group, email, Telegram group for teachers and students. It is they will share in both the groups. Yeah, you can use that also, ma'am. Not an issue. You can use that command also. Meanwhile, let me share my. It's not there in the environment. Okay. Can you use a different command for it? There are 4 commands. Use the second one. Kushi ma'am, it will take some time. It is actually solving it in the environment. Yeah, it is solving it, solving the environment. Rohi ma'am, those who are not in the Telegram group, just ping me on Telegram. Just install Telegram and ping me once. I will share the attendance link and all the material that you needed. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'm giving it to you. I'm sending you the attendance link. Feedback and attendance link is the same. So that is the link for attendance, and also I'm sending you my coordinates. I think previously I sent. I'm sending it again. Jaya ma'am, yes, I will. I will send that material to you. Yeah. I have few links with me. I will send all that material with recordings to your email. You will. Our team will send you. Send you. I have the document ready with me. Yeah. Those who are done with installation, you can drop off from the call. Try to install the Keras and try to run the program once again. These are my coordinates I just shared with you. If you have any doubts, you could mail me. And thank you so much for joining these sessions. Hope you learned something new. I know it's kind of pretty huge given the time limit that we have, but I hope you learned a few basics of programming and also the approach. I didn't discuss any concepts actually because the whole point of this is to show you how it works with hands-on. So thank you so much for joining. And yes, the content will everything will be sent to you. What all you need. If you need anything in specific, my coordinates are there already. You can reach out to me. So have a great day, and okay, the weekend is over already. Okay, I can't say have a good weekend, but yeah, have a good next weekend. And thank you so much. Take care and stay safe. Thank you everyone. Thank you for your uh, feedback. Thank you so much. The link is both for students and teachers. Yeah, attendance link I already sent. I'm sending it again. Those who are not having the attendance link, just wait. I will send you the link now. It is the same link like yesterday, the same one, the feedback link that you filled. Yeah, the certificate will be sent to you. Yeah, once you fill that attendance form, it will be sent to you. Nothing to worry. Yeah, you need to fill it again. Fill it again for today. Yeah.